feel like a gypsy today. I'm like freckles central. Oh my god, I've had so much sun. It's like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know, should I do like a side thing? It looks kind of cute, but like also no. I'm wearing the Ariana Grande lengthening lashes all alone. Okay, so I think this is it. Is this the scene? I think this is the scene. Okay, I'm not forever seeing this as the spot, but I am introducing a new segment to my channel that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and it is Pass That Plant. Pass That Plant. Pass That Plant. I love plants. I have always loved plants, and I've always wanted to make videos about them, but I just like the vlogs, I've been struggling to be inspired. So here we go, everybody. I figured today we could start off with a little plant tour, so I could at least familiarize you with what I have, what the plants are, before jumping into any tutorial videos or I don't know, educational videos. Like, I want to be able to show you what I got and have some fun with it, you know what I mean? Like, show you around a little bit. I'm going to move you a little closer. Come here, come on, let's go. Don't be shy, don't be shy. God. Okay, so we'll start right here on the bookshelf, and I'll start with some of my favorites. Okay, so my first one that I'm going to show you is one of my favorites. I bought this one when I was first out here in Texas. It's a black velvet alocasia. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I love alocasias and monsteras. I had a big alocasia elephant ear plant, or Alocasia california, and it was huge, it was massive, and I just couldn't bring it with me to Texas. It wouldn't fit in the car. So when I came out here, I had to kind of restart my collection because I had to leave my really big ones behind, but it's okay, I'll get them at someday. They're safe. My mom is watching them. They are being really well taken care of. No one was gotten rid of. We're good. Anyways, when I got out here, I went plant shopping, of course, and I fell in love with this little guy. I didn't know what I was gonna get. I didn't like deliberately go out and find him, or her. We don't know what they are. And they can be whatever they want to be. And I just fell in love with it. And it originally had 2 leaves and one had died. And this one just grew about like a month or 2 ago. And this one looks like it's about to start dying off, but it's looked like that for a while. So I think it's kind of happy. It's gone through its ups and downs, but it's gorgeous. So it's a black velvet alocasia, okay? And it's called black velvet because it looks velvety. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. This leaf not as much because it's getting older, but this leaf right here is just so, it looks velvety, kind of feels velvety, but on the back is what really caught my eye when I first saw these. It's like maroon red behind it, and just like in the older leaf, it's fading away, but with newer leaves, it's like bright maroon red underneath, and I just love that. I'm obsessed. So for a 2-leafed black velvet alocasia, it was $14.99. So I didn't really think it was that bad. It's a tropical plant. It needs to be indoors, in direct sunlight. It does need a little bit extra care, and you'll find later on, I'll show you my tiny humidifier that I have for all my plants that are indoors, that are more tropical, like my little alocasia. I love them. Something that I didn't know I needed was this next plant. Just like, look at him. OMG. Who is she? Big shock. It's another alocasia. This is an alocasia Friedeck, and I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that is how I read it. I call him Alocasia Frederick. I have nicknamed him Frederick for short. Frederick. It's the same thing, right? This is one of my favorites because I just think it's so unique looking. It's got the shape of the leaf is so different. I love that it forms and it's just skinny and long. And it just also looks velvety and it looks neon. It's like, it's neon. I don't know, it's just so fun. I did just trim it up. These are the latest leaves. This one's a little bit older. You can like see it starting to get yellow. But that's totally normal that they die off. And I'll make tutorial videos on all of these plants and like care tips and like simple instruction videos at some point. But for now, I'm just introducing them. This one was $40, if I remember correctly, $39.99, something like that. But for a plant like this, at the time, there's only 2 leaves, but the second I brought it home, put it in the humidity and like gave it what it needed, put it under the grow lights, and it just exploded. It's exploded with 3 new leaves. I actually had to clean it up and take 2 or 3 leaves off because they had died off. This thing has just loved its life. It's loving its life. And it's actually, let's see, it'll probably most likely start a new leaf right in this one because this is the newest one. And that's where they branch out from, is like the newest one. They just keep growing and growing. God, it's just so cool. I just love it. Look at that. This is probably one of my favorites. Like, I just like the unique shape. This is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna take you outside for the next few that you saw me at the beginning putting outside. Okay, come into my porch area. Love being in Texas because it's so humid here and the plants love this. This is what they need, is humidity. They just thrive off of it. And in Massachusetts, when I had all my plants, like, yes, you can keep them inside and keep them warm in the winter, but it just ain't it. They stop growing. I mean, they stop growing here too in the winter and they hibernate as well. But the humidity here is just making them thrive in the best way possible. And I'm so living for it. Okay, so these are my Monstera deliciosas, okay? And yeah, welcome to my world's tiniest backyard, okay? But I keep them out here during the day because it is like their favorite thing to be out in the humidity, okay? And this one and this one are actually cuttings from that one. This Monstera right here used to be like this big and it's tripled in size. And it also just released a new leaf like a week or 2 ago. This thing is basically my entire torso and I absolutely love this plant. That's the new leaf. Isn't it pretty? Okay, fun fact about this plant. Okay, it opens up and this is like a typical tropical leaf, right? I'm sure everybody has seen this leaf and it has the holes in it, right? Those are called fenestrations, and the plant opens up the leaf like that because it's actually trying to preserve energy, so it's not making a full entire green leaf. It actually deliberately grows with the holes to save energy. I just think that's so cool. Like, oh my god, I went to school for the wrong degree. But anyways, in one of my next videos, I'm gonna make a like how to do cuttings and clippings and everything like that. But I have a billion Monsteras now because they're just the easiest to clip and propagate. And I hope that these 2 little ones will look as big and beautiful as this one day as well. God, I can't even talk, I'm so excited. Meet Monstera andersonii, or also known as the Swiss cheese plant. Can you guess why it's called the Swiss cheese plant? This plant is a sister of this plant, and they're both Monsteras, just different versions. They also have the fenestrations, which again are the holes, and they have the same concept. They put the holes in there so they can preserve energy and grow big and strong. And I just love how fun this plant looks. It was actually like this tall when I first got it. I'm gonna put in pictures like befores, and now this is the after. So at some point I do want to like trail it somewhere, or I might even propagate it and make one big like hanging basket of just that. I just think that's the fucking coolest thing in the entire world. Oh my god. This plant is my Hoya. She was also very small in the beginning. Rory bought her for me. Actually, I think I paid him, but he bought it for me nonetheless. He inspired me to get it. He's got some. She's gotten very tall. She's got waxy leaves. She's very pretty. And yeah, she used to also be very small and has exploded in the past year. On that same Hoya, I clipped off some leaves, and this is what I'm propagating. And this has been about 3 months now. And it just, since it's gotten humid here in Texas, it came with new growth here, here, and right there. We'll see how big she gets. You know, sometimes it's hard to be a plant parent because sometimes you give that one plant everything that it needs and it doesn't want to give back to you. Here is that plant. She's very sad, okay? This is my Scindapsus pinctus argyrius. I had to think about that for a second. That's a long name, and I really try to pronounce things correctly. So she's like half and half. Like over here, she's really struggling, but down here, there's new growth. So I tell her every day how beautiful she is. Hope for the best. Okay, I'm gonna take you back into the house for the last few little things I wanna show you. This is my snake plant along with my fluorite and my 2 little planters that I'm getting ready to plant up with something. My mother's paintings in the background. I'm not sure what this stone is, but man, is it pretty. Of course, have my black velvet and my fry deck at the top here. I do usually keep them down here next to the grow lights, but it is good to kind of move them around every once in a while. Okay, and sadly, this is my string of hearts plant. She was doing really well at first when I first brought her home, which was a year ago now. And she grew and grew and grew, and then the leaves fell off on one strand. And, you know, she's trying really hard right here. So there's new growth, there's hope. But there's also death in there too, so we gotta trim her up and see if I can fix it. Also, every good plant person should also have their crystals. I believe it's pink quartz and regular quartz, which I also have down here as well, is actually healing for plants along with people. It helps them grow and heal. Any crystal enthusiasts, please leave a comment below. I'm not that educated in crystals. Was a pink orchid and it has died off and currently waiting for it to re-sprout, trying to give it lots of humidity and a lot of heat. But yeah, so she's just chilling. I really like this pot. I think she looks good in it. As for the 2 bottom shelves, I really just put decorations on it. I got another like amethyst here. This is my little essential oils humidifier. And then this, let's talk about it. This is the tiny humidifier I bought off of Amazon 2 years ago now. Sorry, it's collected a lot of dust, but it does the job. I actually put this in between my plants, fill it up, and it produces humidity. It's great. Works like a charm. And last but not least, hi Kisa. Oh my gosh. She's so sweet. Oh my sweet baby. I love my baby girl. She's so good. Oh. Puppy break. My puppies. Oh, my babies. Oh. Last but not least, I'm going to show you my hydroponic system. This is what I've been so excited to show everybody. This is what I use to propagate my plants. I get results 2 weeks quicker than what you would do putting a clipping in a jar of water. The plant that is in here right now is called a pilea, or a pancake plant. As you can see, it's because it looks like a pancake. Or a money plant. I feel like that's a thing too that I've read online. But I really like to call it by its natural name, which is pilea. This hydroponic system is called oxyclone. The mechanics of this whole thing is literally a pump and an air stone. And let's take a look inside and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there are all the roots. you're seeing all the roots of those plants on top. Isn't that just the coolest thing? So within 3 months, the root systems haven't gotten that big, but the plants certainly did, because they were like less than a quarter of the size. So you can see the pump right here. It has to be submerged. And then that is the air stone. I'll make a more detailed video specifically on this hydroponic system. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I just wanted to introduce all the plants that I had and give you a little tour of what I have going on. In the next video, you'll probably see me, I will probably have planted these up because they're just getting so big and it's just a lot, and I want to start propagating new things. And for the next video that I make for this segment, oh my god, excuse me. Next video I want to make for this segment is probably on the hydroponic system and how it works and placing new cuttings in here. So the next time you see this, I want to keep calling it a machine. I wouldn't really call it a machine. Would you call it a machine? This propagation station. Let's make it fun. This propagation station will be used the next time. So say goodbye to the pileas. They're really cool. They're going to be planted up in bigger planters, and so they can thrive and live. I almost forgot about my pothos. This plant has an interesting backstory, okay? This was actually a cutting, much like this size, off of a plant. It wasn't even a deliberate cutting, okay? Let me get to that part. But it was this big, and my mother put it in a glass jar, and I had it for 2 years, and it exploded. Here's the picture of it. And it was the most beautiful thing ever. You get to see like the inside and like the root systems and everything. I just find that really fascinating. I think it's magic. Anyways, the original pothos is massive. My mother has had this pothos for like 12 years. It was an older pothos. It was thriving, living. It's beautiful. And we took a clipping from it, and this is the clipping from that same pothos, okay? And she's got a little variegation on one of the leaves, I think, which is amazing because that usually doesn't happen. And the reason we got a clipping of this, or a piece of this, fell off is because Mr. Kyle sleepily got out of bed and knocked the other one over. And so my mother said, no, we can't throw those pieces away. We have to save their lives, okay? So she put it in a glass jar, and I'm really glad she did, because this is what I have, and it makes me think of that funny moment, and I can tell that funny story of when Kyle knocked over my giant plant somehow, because he's like cursed to break things, even though he does no mean bones or bad intentions in his body at all. Oh, and there's also a little Totoro in here. I got these little guys everywhere. I put them in all the plants. It's like a secret fairy, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's the stupid side story to this plant. I think it's funny, but you guys are probably like, wow, that was dumb. Believe it or not, pothos are also one of my favorite plants because they're just really easy to take care of, and they're really simple to propagate and just have around the house. They will just thrive literally anywhere. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Those are all the plants that I have as of right now, and I'm trying to cool it because I don't know where I'm gonna be in like 7 months. So I don't wanna have too many plants to have to haul around wherever I end up going. So I hope you like this segment. I really am going for it. I know a lot of you who are following me right now are Ariana Grande fans, but I hope you can be open-minded to this new segment as well. And you might find a love for plants. Who knows? Please give me your feedback on what you think, or if you are a plant connoisseur, you're looking to get into plants, please leave comment. You know, tell me what you think I should make the video on next, what plant it should be, or what I should make an educational video on, or anything, comment anything. Comment anything nice. I should put it like that. Don't comment mean things. Constructive criticism would be nice. That would be nice. All right, guys, thank you for watching my video today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, give me feedback, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.